Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're playing something special. Tonight we are playing Final Fantasy on the NES. However, this is not just Final Fantasy, this is Final Fantasy Ultra Championship Edition. This is a hack of Final Fantasy 1 on the NES. And, just kinda got a volume shot there. So as you can see, these are not your normal Final Fantasy 1 classes. So what this hack did is it like completely revamped all the classes. It changed a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to be able to go over it all in this one part. But let's try and pick our classes here. I'm going to go through the classes and explain what each of them are. I printed out the README file that goes with this game. And so we have 12 classes now instead of the 6 that was in the original Final Fantasy. I don't believe there's class upgrades. Someone can correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure there aren't any. So we don't have to worry about that. At least I'm not going to. This game also streamlined a lot of the weapons and armor choices. And the spells as well. So I'll cover weapons and armor first. Weapons, there's 4 types of weapons. There's staves, which is the weakest, hammers, which is a step above that, and then you have, I believe, swords, and then axes are the most powerful. Or swords and axes might be interchangeable, but yeah, those are the 4 classes of weapons. And then the armor, you have 3 classes of armor, and then you also have shields. So they took out like a lot of the extra stuff that was in the original Final Fantasy, like accessories and helmets and stuff like that, and they just kind of streamlined it all for these classes. I like that. So for armor, you have cloth armor, which is the weakest armor, then you have scale armor, and then you have plate armor. And each armor and each different weapon type will be represented by a different icon, so that's nice. Spells. There's different levels of magic. I kind of mentioned this when I played Final Fantasy IV and I was talking about this game, so I'm not going to get into that. But basically, each level of magic will have 4 spells. So level 1 white magic, there's 4 spells you can have. 2 of them are considered direct spells, and 2 of them are considered indirect spells. And so that's going to be a factor in picking classes as well. Yeah, let's get into this. Now, this game I have seen... I did see this playthrough on another channel. I only watched up until about the dungeon with the first elemental fiend, so I wanted to keep the rest of it blind, but I wanted to see enough of the game to determine if I wanted to try this game myself, and I do like a job class system. So let's go through the classes here. We have Viking. Vikings are the only class that get to equip axes, so yeah, I think axes are the most powerful weapon class. They get scale armor, and they get no magic spells whatsoever. Rogue gets swords, scale armor, and also no spells. Rogues are also good for have a high luck, which helps your ability to run from battles. So there's that. Monks get no weapons, no armors, but they get all indirect spells, so I'm guessing that's both black and white magic spells, but they won't get direct spells. Let me look at the README here. So direct spells are usually the ones that deal with raw numbers, and indirect spells deal with like your buffs and debuffs and stuff. And then they list all of the spells and what they do. The first 2 that are listed are the ones that are considered direct, and the other 2 are indirect. Okay. I'm not going to get into each of those, but there you go. Ninjas can equip swords and cloth armor, and get both direct black spells. So like I said, 2 direct spells for each level, so they get both of the direct black magic spells. So ninjas get pretty good attack, and I'm pretty sure they'll have good speed if that's really a thing here. Next class, Cleric. Clerics get hammers, scale armors, and they get shields. They get to use both indirect white spells and one direct white spell. I'm going to talk more about the indirect direct thing in a little bit when we get to the wizard. Next up, the warlock. He gets staves. He looks like he should get more than staves by that graphic. But he gets staves, scale armor, and he gets both direct black magic spells and one indirect black spell. So he's kind of the specialty black direct mage. Sages get staves, cloth armor, so the weakest of both, but he gets all spells, or the ability to learn all spells. You can only learn 3 spells of any given level of magic, so if he has access to learning all spells, there would be, so say we have level 1 magic, there's 4 white and 4 black spells that are level 1. He gets to learn a total of 3 out of those 8. And that's true for each level. But obviously he's good at casting spells. The Fool. The Fool can use staves, cloth armor, and no spells. This is kind of like the joke character. Its main purpose is just to die a lot, or if you want like an extra challenge, you can have the Fool. So yeah, we could get this character and name him Dr. Novocaine or something. The Paladin. Paladin uses hammers, plate armor. In fact, this is the only class that gets plate armor, and he gets shields, and he gets both direct white spells. So he's kind of the tank guy. Then we have the Ranger, who looks like the red mage, but not red. He gets swords, scale armor, shields, and learns all spells, so he's kind of the closest thing to a red mage, so that's probably why they kept that graphic. So he's very all-around, so I like that too. Wizard. Wizard actually gets swords, so that's interesting, cloth armor, and he gets both indirect black spells and one direct black spell. The playthrough I was watching had a wizard, and so basically got to, I don't know, let's say a level 2 black magic. Was it level 2? I have the list right in front of me. A level 1 black magic. So there's fire and bolt. And so fire is a single target spell, but bolt deals damage to all enemies. So that's a screen, a party area spell. So yeah, the wizard can actually not learn bolt. It's not like you can choose whether you want fire or bolt, like he just wasn't allowed to learn bolt. And one thing I noticed was that the wizard wasn't allowed to learn like basically the party damaging spells, bolt, ice. Yeah, so I don't want a black mage or someone that specializes in black magic to be restricted like that. So I'm going to avoid like the wizard and the warlock. And then we have the priest. So the priest is staves, cloth armor, and both direct white spells and one indirect white spell. So I'm not going to try the the cleric either, because that's both indirect white spells and one direct white spell. I don't know which one they would use for the direct white spell, if it would be the cure magic or if it would be the magic that deals damage to undead. So yeah, we're not going to go with that. So the first character I want... Hey, I want to go back. I guess any button press will just take you the same way. Okay. Paladin. And we can name our character. Can I name him Cecil? Because that's the character I think of when I think of paladins. And yes, we have 5... We have 5. Yeah, no. Okay. So yeah, we can use Cecil. He looks very close to the Cecil from Final Fantasy IV, his graphics. So we'll have We'll have that. We'll have a ranger, because rangers can equip shields as well, so that'll be our second slot. Name for the ranger. Let's go... What's a ranger? So how about a power ranger? Oh yes, this is what we're doing. And since I said I like variety, we have someone that can use the plate armor. Let's get someone who can use axes, like the Viking. This can be... well, we only have 5 letters. This can be Dotard, but without the A. You know the A is there, but vowels cost $250 to buy, and we don't have that kind of money, so he's without an A. And last, let's get the Sage, because I want to be casting spells. Is that the Sage? Yeah, I think that was the Sage I was on. And you know what, the Sage can be... the Sage can be Dr. Novocaine. We'll call him Doc N. So he will be giving out prescriptions of spells all around. So we start off. I heard we get... ooh, we do get to run. So see, like I said, this game made a lot of changes. We get to run. These people will tell us basically all of the information I told you guys. I'm going to check the time real quick. Okay, yeah, I am going to aim for the 25 to 30 minute parts again. So this tells you about the classes. Okay, axes are the strongest weapon. He can also use scale armor. Paladin can wear plate armor and shields, making him a great tank. They also use hammers and can cast direct white spells. So yeah, everything's been kind of streamlined here. We have items that we can hold on to. Okay. Weapons, nobody has anything, so we should fix that. Dotard down there, he will get magic. Those are the magic levels. We have 3 level 1 spells we can cast on everyone, but Dotard can't learn any magic because, well, he's a Dotard. Let's get weapons and armor first. Those are going to be the most important. We will need a copper hammer, and Cecil will take that. And we need a copper sword for Power Ranger. I'm so not used to this menu. We need the copper axe for Dotard so he can do something. Do I want to buy the wooden staff? Not really. I wonder if that equipped automatically. Let's check. No, it did not. So we have to go to E to equip. Okay. I gotta get used to the NES version of this stuff. Okay, so we have the cloth, and you can see the different styles. So scale will look like a t-shirt, cloth will look like a robe. Doc, you get a robe. But scale goes to the Power Ranger. This is like the most awkward team ever for names. And this would be the plate armor, the stuff that looks like real armor. Oh, hey, we get shields too. Well, I'm only gonna be able to buy 1 spell, I think, so might as well get shields while we're here. So yeah, they give us enough money to kind of get going. I like that. Armor. Oh. Equip everything. Make sure you equip it, otherwise, you know, it's just going to go poorly for you. Also get used to these tunes, because they're not going to change. Oh yeah, you can press the A button anywhere and check, and there's nothing there. We want... who will learn the spell? Oh, it's only 50. Okay, so Cecil could learn Cure, and holy... honestly, everybody needs to learn Cure. Power learned Cure. Who will learn the spell? Doc. What did I just do? Back... I don't know how to navigate these complex menus. Okay, who learned that? Okay. Power Ranger learned that. Doc didn't learn anything. Okay, so who will learn? Doc will learn. Cure. Yes. Let's get a black magic spell here. Who will learn the spell? I don't really have planned out where I'm going to put all of the spells on people. Do I want to give the Sage the ability to do the mass party wipes? Or do I want to give that to the Ranger? You know, I think I want to give that to the Sage at the very least, so we'll give Doc the Bolt spell. And hooray! You don't have to equip the magic, so don't worry. Cecil doesn't have magic yet. We'll get him some later. And I'm also going to go through and plan out, you know, what spells I want each of the characters to learn, so you don't have to watch me fumbling around in the menu doing that stuff. So we don't need his help. He's a cleric. I think we go to him if we're like poisoned or dead or something like that. Oh my gosh, cure potions cost so much. Cleanse potions. I think that like heals something. Yeah, those guys tell you about the class. Let's talk to these people. I am Cynthia, and I am always dancing. Don't forget to equip... I've gone over this, but they're actually... The townspeople in this hack are useful and give you useful information that I've already been telling you. The top 2 spells in the shops are direct, the bottom 2 spells are indirect. So you can kind of use that to gauge. Oh, no, I want to talk to this guy. Oh, and this guy will tell you what all of the spells do in the town. There's always someone that does that. That's very nice. Cures 1 member, wholly damages all undead. Very nice. Invis is evade for all. For all, huh? We'll have to give that to someone. Wake removes stun. Fire does damage. Bolt damages all of the enemies with a lightning attack. Sleep puts them to sleep. I don't trust that. Bind lowers evasion. Okay. So yes, the townspeople have all been useful. How much does the inn cost? That would be something to know before we go out. Welcome to stay to save your data. Okay, it's 10 gold. And how about the save system? Let's go check out the castle. I don't know if we can do anything here. If not, you know who I'm gonna blame. So let's not even go there. Let's find a guy to talk to. 400 years ago, the treasury was locked. Wow, it's been locked for a long time. How is the door not just, like, rusted off or anything? Our ancestors gave the key to the Prince of Elfland for safekeeping. Oh, well, that sounds great. You just say the same thing. So, door's locked and needs the Mystic Key. This one's locked too. There's treasure in there, so when we get the Mystic Key, we'll do a happy dance and come back here. There'll be other places to go with the Mystic Key as well. Let's talk to you. Queen Eva is looking for the Light Warriors. You do not happen to be them, do you? I am. Oh, my brother. Okay. Let's talk to these people. Now you see me, now you don't. Okay. I don't know what that was all about. Garland used to be a good knight until... Please, save the prince? Is that what that said? I'm not talking to him again. In sadness, Queen Jane locked herself inside. I am Jane, Queen of Corneria. Please save my son, Prince Sander. Alright, let's go up here. Did I not talk to that guy? Oh well, we'll talk to him on our way back. Queen Eva. Wait, we have 2 queens? Light Warriors, just as in Lucan's prophecy, Garland has kidnapped the prince. Please help him. Yes, we have a prince instead of a princess and double queens. And neither of them are the Dairy Queen, so I'm disappointed. Reports say that Garland holds the prince in a temple to the northwest. So they give you hints about where to go next, where to do stuff. Yes, it is important to talk to people in these games, especially this hack. Oh, yeah, we did talk to you. Alright, that covers everyone. We can run on the world map. Let's do some battles. Chance to strike first. That is awesome. So, this follows the... We're not going to use magic yet. Oh, everybody starts with 50 health. That's probably not going to stay the same. Terminated. So, when... Okay, thank you, Cecil. So, if someone... Wow. Dotard really knows how to dish out the damage. So, as you can see there, Dr. Novocaine, he decided to swing his staff in the air because he selected... Well, when we selected here the targets, it doesn't readjust to a monster if the monster dies during the turn. So, yeah. I wasn't sure Cecil was going to kill it or not, so Cecil did end up killing it. And, so Dr. Novocaine just swung at a target that was no longer there, instead of auto-targeting to another target. So let's try this. Ooh, 1 damage. I am threatened by you. Imp. You're supposed to be goblins. I guess they didn't change all the names. Ooh, Cecil didn't kill that. Okay, and Doc missed. So, you see, it doesn't matter if he hits it or not. Power Ranger, good damage. And actually, that attack didn't do anything to damage. So, yeah, these imps, they're still fairly easy. We'll split these up. Dotard, not the fastest guy. And what you're gonna want... Hey, yeah, we terminated it. Now we gotta wait for Power Ranger there. Critical hit. Terminated. We're gonna have to change the text speed, I think. Because the text speed is kind of slow. Yeah, we're definitely going to be changing the text speed. Can I do that from here? No. No, I cannot. I'll change it between parts. So for right now, I'm just going to level... Well, I don't know if I'm going to level. I'm going to level up a little bit. We're going to get some more gold. We're going to do some... We're going to buy some more spells. I'll show all of that. Hopefully I'm going to show all of that. Let's go into attacking. Okay, and as we learned, we'll have Dr. Novocaine swing his staff. That. So, the order of your party is important. If you've noticed, Cecil has been getting hit roughly the most. He has the highest chance of being targeted for attacks since he is in the top slot. And then the second one is second most likely to be targeted, then third, then fourth. So yeah, you want your weak mages or people with cloth armor down at the bottom. Yay, 2 damage. Yeah, the graphics are not all that super great, so this is going to be what we get to look at. You can see a little bit of forestiness in the background. You see the enemies. I mean, it looks like the enemies in our party are on like totally different screens because you got the border between them. It's weird, but this was the NES era. This was acceptable. How much money do we have? 70. Couple more battles and we can get another, I think our next battle's gonna get us a level up. Ooh, we have, oh, the monsters get to strike first as well. The wolf missed. Evasion is also kind of a big thing in this. So things that increase your evasion are also helpful. You know what? I'm going to be using the inn at some point. Might as well show off the bolt spell. Okay, so these wolves aren't that threatening. I had everybody else attack the wolf just because I want to see if Doc can take out the imps. Wolves are a little bit more threatening. Let's see how much this does. Oh my gosh! 58 damage! And it's gonna hit everybody. 50 damage. You are terminated. Yes, you are terminated. Oh yeah, we gotta do something about the message speed here. Okay, yes, giving the sage the party sweeping spells is the way to go here. The sage, we might get him some direct, like fire or something, depending on... Oh, Cecil leveled up. HP is up, strength is up, agility is up. Cool. Intelligence is up. That affects our magic spells. Vitality is up, luck is up. Wow, everything's up. And Power Ranger got a level up. Another thing I like about this version is if your character dies at the end of battle, he'll still receive the experience, even if they're dead, and will still level up as well. So that's kind of a nice change, because in the original Final Fantasy, if you didn't increase this intelligence, I think that also helps your magic defense as well. If the character died in battle and then you finished the battle, he would not get experience, and since in this game, like, everyone will be on the same experience level, yeah, we've got to do something about this. Since everyone gets the same experience level, you know, it would throw one character off, and it would just bother anyone with a hint of OCD. So there you can see our evade percentages, all of that. Let's look at Doc's. His evade percentages, yeah, a lot smaller, but look at that, 26 intelligence. Let's look at Dotard here. Oh my gosh, look at that strength. I love it. Needs 154 to get another level. Well, everyone does. And there's our Power Ranger kind of being rounded out. So yeah, we might give him the fire spell. How much money do I have? 84. Oh, that wolf did not do us too many favors there. So, do I have to stay to save the data? I don't know if that saves or not. I'm going to use a save state as well, just in case, because I don't want to screw this up. But yeah, we'll stop here. Next time we'll do a little bit more grinding. I might do some grinding off-screen just to get some more money, and then we'll buy some spells, and then we'll venture out.